Hi, my name is Shane Bengal from the Manna Group. Today I'm out at one of my listings, having some work done on the furnace before we get this listing closed. So I'm here in medium, but today I want to talk a little bit on the education side and talk about investing in real estate. If you're looking to invest your money, I think real estate is an excellent option. Hopefully as you budget your income, you have some money to save, some money to give, and some money to invest. That's in the ideal world. We know not every month that is that way. Sometimes there's expenses that come up and we have bills that we have to pay. But if you're looking to invest, I think real estate is an excellent option. If you've invested in stock market, kind of the general rule of thumb is in the stock market, you can expect to get about 8 to 10% return on your money. You can go more conservative and find less returns, but safer investments, and find, I would say, 3 to 4% return, no problem on your money. Real estate does have the potential to have higher returns if you're willing to do a little bit of work. In general speaking, if you purchase real estate and you hold it, real estate on average, year over year, over extended period of time, real estate in our country has appreciated at 4%. So for just conversation's sake, if you purchased a home that was $400,000, you would expect that to appreciate 4% in 1 year. It'd be worth $416,000. And so over time, that property will appreciate and grow in value. So that's if you just bought it and hold it. If you bought it and then you put renters into it and are willing to do some of the work of being a landlord, you can see much higher returns. You can see anywhere from 20 to 30% return on your investment, because somebody is paying whatever loan or mortgage you've got against it. I can explain later in a different video how much money down you would need and types of loans, but today I just want to talk about the overview of, as you think about investing, what type of investing you want to do. So I'm not going to talk about wholesaling or flipping, and those tend to be a little bit more revenue as far as work, not as much investing. But if you're going to purchase real estate as an investment, I would encourage you to think about what type of real estate you want to purchase. Do you want a single family home? Do you want duplexes, triplexes, quadplexes, or even bigger? Do you want multifamily units? But purchase small apartment complexes that are 8 units. You get all the way up to 100 plus doors in building. That's obviously the long game, but you need to think about what type of property I want, and then where do I want that property to be, and what kind of tenant do I want to deal with. So it's really crucial and key to think about. A lot of times there's lower cost property and they may be in lower economic areas of town. They're easier as far as entry or threshold to get into. It doesn't necessarily require as much upfront money, and there is a benefit that in the lower social economic places, there tends to be more rentals and more renters. So there's that to think about. Then you also have to think about the type of renters you're going to get and what you're looking to do as far as what the work requires. Another option is buying single family homes in, I would say, the higher social economic areas of town. And then that dictates what type of renter you're going to get there, and how much turnover you're going to have, and what that looks like. Obviously, I would say that requires a higher amount of money to get into because you're buying a more expensive property. But you tend to have more long-term tenants, and they tend to treat property a little bit more like it's their own property. So but your margin of return is not necessarily as high. So on your cash flow every month. So you got to just factor these things in, and there's tons of factors that go into it. Obviously, you start to get into duplexes and triplexes. You tend to get a little bit higher return on your money, meaning every month you get higher cash flow for that property. I have a duplex off of the Monroe district, and that property was very inexpensive to get into. I bought it for about $245,000, and I have 2 tenants, one that rents the lower unit and one rents the upper unit. and I get great cash flow every month off of that property. The issue is it's a little harder to place tenants because I'm in competition with many multifamily units going in around town and apartments, because you're still renting either their upper unit or lower unit of a home. So I tend to like single family homes a little bit better. I think that they consistently rent quicker and easier, and I tend to still get a solid amount of monthly income from those properties. If you're looking to invest in real estate, this is just barely the tip of the iceberg. I'd love to talk to you, answer any questions you may have, and help you with the process. Please feel free to reach out anytime. Talk to you soon.